Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and I'm back with a tutorial today. Today we are making this, which is a gorgeous sort of acetate card box, gift box. You don't have to put cards in it. I've got 5x7 cards in. Now, in hindsight, I maybe should have done this an inch smaller. So I know the chipboard is 9 inches, but if you do want to make this bit a bit smaller, just make it 8 inches instead. But it's really simple to do. Yes, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay everyone, I want to show you how to make this well, card box, I don't know, whatever we're going to call it. Okay, so I don't know if, I think there was some problems with my mic the other week. A lady said she could just keep hear like sort of noises when I put stuff on the desk. I hope it's gone now. I've moved the mic, so fingers crossed it's working now. So I've got all my bits ready. Now I want to show you first, because I've made 6 5x7 cards and envelopes. Now this paper is absolutely beautiful. The cards are really simple because I didn't want to take away from the paper, because the paper is so vibrant and just absolutely gorgeous. So 5x7 cards. It's using the same paper pad, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And I just put some patterned paper in and a piece to write on, and I just kind of picked the colours, you know, out of the paper pad to just pick what different kind of colour cardstock that I had to go with it. So I made some that go this way, and then I cut 3 of these, and what I did was I also made a little bookmark with the bit that was left over. So it's a sort of nice little gift in the card as well. So yes, absolutely gorgeous paper pad, and I'm going to show you it. So I've made 6 of them, and I've made obviously 6 envelopes. But it doesn't have to hold cards, it can hold whatever you want. So this paper pad, it was actually sent to me by Michelle McCarthy. I believe it's Michelle McCarthy Crafts, I believe. She does her own paper pads, and she reached out to me a while ago and said could she send us some, and I agreed, and honestly they are beautiful. So this is the one I've used, which is Secret Garden snippets. So you could obviously cut them up, and you know, you don't have to just use it as one sort of pattern. But isn't it just absolutely beautiful? Look at the vibrancy of them. So she sent me quite a lot actually, so I used that one for this, but she sent me Red Riding Hood backgrounds, Vintage Romance. She sent me an A4, which is the Raven and the Writing Desk. Summer Wedding Frames, that is beautiful as well. Waterfalls. Oh, this is lovely too. I couldn't decide which one to use. Thistle and the Finch. I'll quickly show you this one as well, but I'll put the link to Michelle's website and you can go and have a look. I'm sure she sent me a couple of 6x6s as well, but I think they were the same patterns from that, but I couldn't find them, but they are here somewhere. But yeah, this is Thistle and the Finch. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And they're so nice as well. They're just absolutely gorgeous. I love the vibrancy of them. Oh, they're so pretty. So yeah, oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you, Michelle. And I've really enjoyed using that paper pad. And it was so easy to make the cards because the paper just does all the work. It really does. So yes, I will put the link for Michelle's website. So I use that for all of the cards, and we're going to use it for the actual chipboard project. So I've got everything cut out. I've got my little bits and pieces. So as I said, just card, I just picked what was sort of in the colours. This is the card that I got from Temu on that Temu haul, I think. I'll see if I can put the link for it. It's actually a really nice card. So yeah, first off, I've got a piece of chipboard, which is, I've cut it to 9 by 5.5. So this is the piece that I'm gonna cover it in this. So I've cut it just roughly to have 1 inch all around. So this one, for example, is cut to 11.5 by nearly 8 inches, 7 3/4. So let me just quickly put some tape on this, and I'll be straight back. Right, so I just put some double-sided tape on there. I mean, you can use glue if you want, it's up to you. So I'll get this off. And then let me stick this on. Okay, so I've got that on there. And incidentally, this is going to end up being the front of the box. Bear that in mind. And I'm just going to score all around this with my bone folder. Now I've got another little mat here, because I'm gonna just put my little sort of corner maker thing on and just cut these corners straight off. Right. I think I could probably take a little bit more off here as well. Right, so that's that. And then just fold them over. Right, so I normally like to just put a layer of tape right on the very end. Right, so this is going to be the front now of our case, box, whatever. So we're going to make the actual box to hold the cards in next. So, right, sorry, I give you the wrong measurement, I think, for this piece of card. It's actually got to be 10.5 by 7. So on the 10.5 inch side, you're just going to score at 1/2 inch and 2.5. Then just turn it to the other side, 1/2, 2.5. Then turn to the 7 inch side, the short side, and it's the same again, 1/2 inch and 2.5. That's it for the box, it's dead easy. Right, so just fold and burnish it. Okay, so we are going to cut this. Let me get this right. Right, sorry, yes. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut. We're going to cut up here like that. Okay, but when we turn it this way, we're going to cut about, I would say, maybe ½ an inch or a centimetre from that score line. Then we're going to mite it in there, and in there, and also a bit from the top, and a bit here as well actually. So do the same on this side. Some sticky tape on them scissors. So cut up here, but then leave about a centimetre mite there, here, here, and here. So you should have what looks like that. So this is going to be our little card box, and the reason I've left them is because if we didn't and we put that like that, you're going to have, like, you know, it's going to gape, but that way we can stick that to there, and this is the bit here that will attach to the back, sorry, on the front of our little piece of chipboard to keep the cards in. So before we attach this, I want to cover the inside as well. So I think I've already cut the paper the right size, I hope. Yes, so I think I've got the pieces cut. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, I didn't cut a piece for the bottom. I'll do that in a minute. Because when we come to stick this on, obviously we're going to be able to see inside. Now with these little pieces here getting stuck onto here, we're going to see the card. So I've also cut some little short strips to go on there as well. Okay, so I'm going to quickly glue these on. And this is the inside bit that I'm doing. It's just easier to do this when it's flat, really. Right, so we need our piece of acetate now, because it's going to attach. We're going to attach a piece to the top and a piece to the bottom on the back, and it's going to wrap around. Hence why I said this is now the front, that's the back. So I've cut it to 5.5 by 9 3/4, and I'm hoping that that should be enough. So if we turn it to the long side, and we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch. So I tend to just run it down a few times. Then we're going to score at 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. Okay, so that's scored pretty well. And then I'm going to try and fold them over. Yep, so you should have that. So what will happen is this will get glued to the back. So obviously we've got our paper to cover it, and this bit will be like this because we're going to put a snap brad on here. So we also need a piece of acetate for the bottom because the box is 2 inches wide, so that should be enough for it to just sit over the top like so. So yeah, we need another piece of acetate. Right, and the second piece, it's 5.5 again by 6 1/4. So on the 6 1/4 inch side, if you score at 3/4 again, and then 2 3/4. Okay, so that's the piece for the bottom. Again, I'm just going to fold them. And I will put a link to this acetate because I think I've mentioned it before, but I think it's amazing value. I think you get like 100 sheets for like, I think it was £22 or something. That is amazing considering I've paid £4.99 for 10 sheets before, and it's so nice, really good quality. So yes, I stocked up on that. And then obviously the bottom will get stuck to there, and that will be here, and then they will fasten together with a snap brad, or you could use Velcro, whatever you want to use. So we need to put adhesive on our 3/4 inch score pieces here. So again, I'm going to use probably glue and tape. That's what you should have on the back, and that's what the front should be like. Fold that up a bit more. And this should overlap a little bit like that. Okay, so we can cover the back with our other piece of paper. So I'm just going to mark this with a pencil or a pen of where I need to cut it. Alright, so that is what you should have now. Okay, so we can now attach our box. Now I'm going to have to glue these flaps on the outside now because I've stuck the paper in. If I glue them on the inside, you're going to see them, so put this piece in last actually. But I'm just going to glue mine on the outside. Now I should have scored my acetate. It may be 2 7/8 instead of 2 3/4 because I haven't allowed for the box. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it should have been like right up to there. So I think I'm going to have to score another line in mine. So I think I'll work out the measurements, but I think, yeah, I would score it at 3/4 of an inch and then 3 instead of 2 3/4, and that should be enough. Yeah, so scored at 3/4 of an inch and then 3, not 2 3/4, because I didn't allow enough for the box. Yes, that's better. So that bit shouldn't be there, ignore that, and that's a better fit. Yeah, so 3/4 and then 3, and that should be enough. Let me see if I can sort of flatten that score line out a bit, the original one. Yeah, it's a little better. So now I'm just going to cover the box with the rest of the paper, and it's a really sturdy little box for our cards now, so hopefully they will all fit. Yep, they fit perfectly. As you can see, it really is, it's such a lovely gift for somebody. You could even put little feet on the bottom. It just looks really professional. So let me get the snap rags. I think we'll go for this nice blue colour. So we got there in the end, and that's not quite straight, but you get what I mean. So yes, isn't that so pretty? And then you could, you know, decorate it up however you want. Maybe I don't know, you could put a sentiment on or some flowers or whatever you want, but I think it makes a beautiful gift, and I absolutely love this paper. So I'll put all the links below. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and I will be back again soon. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.